Hey, how you doing, everybody? Uh, Fellow bass fanatics. So I'm back fishing, thank God. Uh, I'm having to kind of pick my battles because my energy is very limited, but I'm getting out there on the coast. So yesterday, fished for about an hour and a half, and had one nice fish, right? Not a huge fish, but a nice fish, good solid lump of a fish, 60 some. I don't measure them. Well, I would have measured it actually, but I didn't have a measure with me. As the lure I had it on, the Asturi 130, just an exceptional lure from Exorus, just really good lure. Cast a long distance. This fish was right at the back of the reef. So without that distance, I wouldn't have got the fish or whatever, right? But just the lure I really like. I also, for the first time yesterday, I fished heavier black swan. That's the 10 to 36. That's not a rating of rod I use generally. It's a personal thing. So, but I liked it. I really liked it. Like compared to, I have a tail walk, high tide, whatever, in the same rating, and it leaves it in the dust. Right, it's really light. It's powerful. It handles those big lures or whatever, um, um, and it handles fish. Right, I mean, like that fish was hooked in a nasty kind of spot. Right, so there's a rock. There's a big raft of bubbleweed, and he went straight for the bubbleweed, and I was able to skull drag him up and out of the bubbleweed, no problem. So, I mean, it's got all the things that you're looking for in a rod. It's well finished, extremely light, very powerful. I would say really nice to fish with. Again, I say not really my type of rod, if you know what I mean. But if that's the type of rod you like, I think you'd love it. I mean, I can't fault it at all. I'm fishing with it again today, and I will be fishing with it for the rest of the week. Um, I think it's very hard to call something just on 1 hour's fishing, right? I really want to fish it in a few different situations. Sorry, I'm just watching the tide here because I'm going to fish close to home today. So, what else to talk about? Oh yeah, so I had on 20-pound fluorocarbon yesterday, and I fished that reef from top to bottom with 20 pounds, and I didn't get a touch. The minute I changed down to 13-pound, boom, within 4 casts, I had that fish. That fish had been sitting there all along. I'm sure of it. So it just really hammers home to me. I'm really, the lighter I can fish, the better, you know. So if anybody knows of what they, give me your opinion on fluorocarbon, right? It's not so much poundage, but diameter, right? I'm looking for really high quality fluorocarbon. I think it makes an enormous difference, you know. All the other, like trout fishermen know it, you know, whatever. And I think bass definitely, if they suss anything at all, they just turn away. Um, but other than that, nothing else to report. My energy is up a bit. It's a really big tide. We got the moon on Friday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday will be estuary fishing. A few tactics. Going to use the old favorites. Going to be using giant X layers, haze dongs in naturals, and then sort of some in hot pinks. I'll be using 1-up shads. I'll be using these guys, Pachinko 140s, Pachinko 125s, Gunfish, Sammys, you name it. I'm going to throw the box at it. And I got some Duo 175 flyers, which are just awesome for this time of year. I mean, they're literally perfect. They're the exact same size as the Lance. I'm just going to, and they fly. So I'm going to be able to cover that. There's a kind of a pinch point, so I'm going to be able to cover the whole thing from quite early on in the drop and tide. I hope to have the energy to fish the whole of the ebb and tide and a couple of hours of the flood on 2 days. So hopes are high. Like I say, really like the favourite rod, the Black Swan, the heavier of the Black Swans. Don't like selling things that I haven't tested myself. So if somebody says to me, well, what do you think of it? I don't want to bullshit somebody and say, oh, I think it's fantastic when I don't. But I do actually think it is a really nice rod. Very well finished. Like I say, lots of power. So I don't want this to end up sounding like an ad for favourite either. Sorry, there's someone just ringing me there. I suppose that's right. So that's it. I'm going to get my porridge for some slow release energy. And get on with some fishing. Tight lines out there, guys. It's nice to be back. We still got plenty of the season left. Really looking for those big fish now. That's it. Just going to focus on no interest in numbers. Just really looking for those big autumn clunkers. So tight lines, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.